Welcome to Loud and Clear, a program geared toward the younger generations. You can listen in every Thursday at 7 p.m. or find the plug to our YouTube channel on kgtcradio.com.
Hey, I'm Nathan.
And we're not Carlos.
Welcome to Loud and Clear. We again do not have Carlos this week, but he should be on the next one.
Yay.
But I do have my
miss you,
lovely
Carlos.
wife, Melanie.
Come back.
Hey, that's me. I'm Melanie. I'm the wife.
And we have Christina.
Hello, that's me. I'm Christina. I'm the friend.
She is the friend.
She's my wife. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
sorry, guys.
All
It's a
right.
joke.
All right.
It's a joke.
We're going to go ahead and get into some things today.
All right.
I want to talk about where you can send in questions if you do have questions for us. We do answer them on Loud and Clear. If you want to, you can email them to vcfrevivalyouth@gmail.com. Put LC for Loud and Clear in the subject line, or you can text them to us at 509-402-3446. These are questions. They can be life questions. They can be about your relationship with God, advice that you would like. They could also be fun questions. And so we try to answer those, and we'll get to them. But anyway, so moving forward with today, Melanie, you mentioned that you had a highlight for today.
I do. Recently, Christina, Nathan, and I, sometimes we like to venture to Canada just for just for funsies.
Canada.
And we went to Canada, and it was not late night, but
The
it was
exchange
like
rate is fantastic.
the
right?
exchange
late
rate
for
is
me.
fantastic. Yeah, Christina's bedtime is early because she's a baker.
I'm a baker.
She's a baker,
I'm working
so she gets it.
late.
I'm a baker. Sorry, we're so holy. We went to A&W, and I got a Papa Burger, and it's all I've been able to think
It's
about
so
is
good.
this Papa Burger with no mayo and mozzarella cheese.
It's no onions too, right?
No
No
onions.
onion, no mayo, no
Yeah.
onions,
No
and
mayo, no
mozzarella
onions.
cheese.
Man.
And a frosty root beer.
And
or
a frosty root
or
beer.
Coca-Cola.
It's fantastic.
You got,
I
what
got
did you
Coke.
get?
She
I
got
got
a Coke.
Coke last time, but the next time I will be getting root
Seriously, guys, A&W in America is not good.
beer. No,
It's
I've never been,
kind
but I
of
trust
like
you.
run down. No offense to American A&W.
sorry, America.
but
All the offense to
you're
American.
there's I
Yeah,
will say
actually.
American Dairy Queen's got it going on.
Yeah.
Canadian
yeah.
Dairy Queen doesn't really have it going on.
Mhm.
Yep.
But no, Canadian A&W is thriving. They are doing very well.
At least the one in Osuyas.
And there was another one we went to in Hope too, and that was fantastic. So both of those were great. Their burgers are awesome. Their fries, they have sweet potato fries, which is crazy for a fast food place, but that's great. And then yeah, if you do go get the chilled mugs, ask for the chilled mugs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't care if you get root beer. We got Coke. Christina got root beer.
Yeah, because
But-
I'm superior.
I will
It's
say the root beer,
so
like
good.
it freezes up.
It does what it's supposed to. It turns like kind of slushy like.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
So
but the
that
ice cold
part
Coke in
is
that
fun.
with like no ice because it doesn't water it down at all.
yes,
So it's
And
just
I don't-
crisp,
I don't like root beer. Like on
Yeah.
a day to day,
Sure.
I'm not a root beer person.
but it's good in that.
But it's good when it's served like that
In
But
a
anyway, we got
frosty
Coke.
mug.
in a frosty.
So
mug.
good. So
So
good. Probably not great for us, but probably better than American A&W. Anyway, so did you have more with that or you just want to bring that up because that's fun?
I just want to bring that up.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a chance and you're next to
It's
the
just all I
Canadian
can
border,
think about is
go
a
to the
Papa
Canadian
Burger.
A&W.
Let's go tonight.
Get
a
a Papa-
plug, shameless
I
plug
bet.
for the Osuyas Canadian and not even Osuyas,
BC.
ABC A&W. It's super great.
Mhm.
So
All right.
yeah,
It is. Do it.
Do it, lady.
You guys do it, lady. You guys have anything else that you want to add to that, or is you guys are just gonna let me sound like a glutton by talking myself about this Papa
I mean,
Burger?
we didn't have we controlled ourselves. We just had a very well portioned meal from
Okay.
there. You didn't
All
go
right.
crazy. It's not like you,
don't
had
have
two.
another highlight.
You didn't
to
have
talk
two.
about?
I have
at
a
all?
highlight. Okay,
Go.
sure. I remember. I house sat for this lady this week, and I don't know if she'll ever listen to this, but if you do, I love your dogs.
Oh.
They just look like little rats to me,
Yeah,
but they're cute.
yeah.
And just let them out. Stayed the night at her house. It was somewhere different. I missed my cat, but yeah. And then at the end of the week, we played Super Smash Bros.
We did.
with my bro, and because he's gonna be moving soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sad. Bye, Anthony. We love you.
We love you.
Listen to Loud
We
and
love
Clear.
you. Yeah, you can listen to it online.
I wanted to have him as a guest.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wait.
One of these days.
One of these
Maybe when he
days.
comes
One
to
of these
visit.
days.
Yeah.
One of these days. We could travel to him, take a whole setup.
Take the
Why
whole
not?
setup.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
No, yeah, we're going to miss him. But no, that was fun.
I suck at Super Smash Bros. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's like
Yeah.
the youth group
It's still
game.
fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It always
Anything
was when I was growing up.
Nintendo, like growing up, anything
Truth.
Nintendo was like youth group game.
Very
Youth
true.
group game.
Yeah.
We always pulled the Wii out and played stuff on the Wii
Yeah.
as a youth group.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We're just full of
we're
memes.
just,
this
yeah, we're
episode.
just full of memes and stuff like that. If you're an adult listening to this,
We're memes.
We are
we look at the
memes.
memes and stuff. So okay. So we're gonna kind of go into a little bit of what we were talking on the last program.
Oh, yeah. I actually had a thought. Do you mind if I
Yeah, absolutely.
start-
Well, do you want me to go back and
do like
just
a
kinda
quick
recap?
little
I'm gonna do a
recap? Absolutely. 60-second recap. Ready, set, go.
Okay, so we were talking about Joseph, and Joseph in the Bible was
not
sold into
Larson.
slavery. Yeah, was sold into slavery. Had went through. I think if you read the whole story of Joseph, you would come to the same conclusion that if anybody had any reason to be bitter and angry about his experience, being betrayed, and being like thrown into a pit, being just like everything didn't go right for him, but then it did, because his heart was soft to the things of the Lord, and he was always sensitive to the Holy Spirit, or always sensitive to God and the voice of God, and would always be honorable, respectful, and again, those are all signs of a soft heart. If your heart has been hardened by life, which again, Joseph's life would be an example of a life that you would think would be hardened by just his experience, was not, because he's kept his heart soft to God, and God had rewarded him through that. And being surrendered to God, being surrendered to him no matter what, and being in the respect and fear of God, God will speak to you, and God will promote you in life, and God will take you to the places that he wants to take you. And this is to teens, is like you have everybody in your life telling you why you should be angry, why you should be upset, why life sucks, why your school's terrible, why your teacher's not good, while the USA is not good, while your whatever country you live in actually is not good. All these different things, a bunch of reasons to complain, when really if you keep your heart soft and surrendered to God, and you were to submit yourself to God, there's no limit to what God can do in your life if you keep that position, and if you determine that to be your posture in life. And so with that, Melanie, feel free to share your thoughts.
I just wanted to say, as much as the Bible is very valid, the reason that it's there is to be a tool. That should be enough. But just to throw this out there, to put to use another example, we have a lot of family, friends, whatever, who are law enforcement and serve in the community directly with the most negative part of the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
They see it all. They see the worst in people. They have to. It's their job. That's how they protect us, is to watch for the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And so they can get the bad guys, right? And obviously, as Christians, we would hope that we can help them to be transformed.
Yeah.
And then there are some times where you can just only do so much.
Yeah.
But my dad's a cop, so I feel like that's the elephant in the room, is I'm obviously partially talking about my dad.
Yeah.
But really, we've had cops that attend this church. We've seen it with many different people, that when you are a police officer, it's really hard to maintain a soft heart. You really have to be seeking the Lord, because you are seeing the worst side of people all day, every single day.
Yeah.
You barely get a glimpse of positivity in your day, and that's at least 5 days a week, if not all 7. Yeah. And so for people who are like my dad, or like people that have attended this church, we've seen them slowly turn hard, and it's hard to remain sensitive when you are. So that's why I was kind of thinking this is kind of related to the question from the last program, was kind of related, because when you're surrounded by so much darkness and negativity, it's really hard to stay positive.
Yeah,
it's really hard to see the best in people, which is what we're called to do. We're called to love people regardless of where they're at. Yeah. But that's really hard to do when you're constantly seeing that all day, every day. Yeah. And which you can apply that to so many different situations. It's why we say not to exclusively listen to secular music, because whether or not you listen to secular music is between you and the Lord. Some people feel personally convicted to not listen to it at all. That is your call. But regardless, if that's all you're listening to and you're never listening to holy music, it's eventually going to start influencing you.
You're not feeding yourself with something.
You're not feeding yourself with anything positive. You're not feeding yourself with worship that's, literally pointing to God. And that goes for anything. If it goes for lifestyles, if you're surrounded by people who are constantly negative, or if you're always surrounded by darkness, it's hard to keep a soft heart.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just felt like that was an example of, as much as the Bible is very real, very good stories, we can apply that to anything. There's so many stories we can apply to today. It doesn't get old. It always will apply. But that's kind of a situation that I think about a lot, is like, in the most loving way possible, I don't want to become that.
No.
I used to want to, for a short period of my life, I wanted to become a cop. And I'm a really soft-hearted person, and I realized, wow, I just can't handle it.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do like the deaths and the really tough stuff. I just couldn't emotionally, mentally do it. Yeah. I wasn't called for that kind of life, but I can't imagine. I can't imagine what people go through.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for struggling to keep positive.
Yeah. It requires all of your heart to serve God.
Yeah.
And you don't get to, throughout all the things that Joseph went through, it was ups and downs, and it required all of his heart to be in a position of, God, I trust you. God, I'm giving you everything. It's not, you can't give pieces. Yeah. You have to give everything, and it's like, it's a struggle. Like I see with law enforcement, to be law enforcement in a community where you see a lot of that would be very difficult, and it's very difficult for you as teenagers that are listening to this, or to see, or young adults, to see your friends, claim to be Christians and then do things that they shouldn't do or whatever. And you have to keep a humble heart before God, focus on your relationship with him, and let God do things through you. Yeah. Christina, did you have something to add?
No, I was shooing a fly.
Oh, okay. So I had something that also I just felt, because Joseph was led into success by God, but it wasn't any of his doing. It was all of God. And so the thing that I feel like God told me, I think it was yesterday, it was because I've always struggled with trying to kind of just make things happen on my own, or try to figure things out, do the puzzle on my own, and have a backup plan for everything. Mm-hmm. That's been a struggle of mine. And the enemy will always show you life with Christ and make it look empty. But then when you get in it, it's full. Yeah. Right?
And fuller than you could even imagine.
Yeah. And the enemy will also show you a life in the world and make it look full, but then when you get in, it's empty. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's like, it's completely the opposite. It's such a deception. Yep. Because there's all these wants and desires, and like, if you just have this, like, you're going to be fulfilled, and then you get there and there's nothingness. Mm-hmm. And so there's all these goals that you get fed. And there's nothing wrong with having goals. There's nothing wrong with having a career. There's nothing wrong with the things that the advisors maybe are telling you in school or whatever. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But at the same time, if it's like, this is the source of your happiness, or if I just get there, I'll be happy, or I'll make somebody proud or whatever. No, God is satisfied with your heart being submitted to him. That's all God requires. Mm-hmm. And if you go and you submit your life to Christ, God will add things to you. God added things to Joseph. Joseph was the most powerful person. No joke. Like, Pharaoh gave him all authority. He says, I'm giving you every single bit of authority. Essentially, all that you don't have is just my name. Like, you're in charge of everything. With the famine that happens later on, Joseph is able to interpret Pharaoh's dreams and save Egypt from famine because they had a plan that God gave him. Literally, Joseph was the most powerful person in that time in the entirety of the world. Joseph was the most powerful person in that time. Dang. And he was submitted, because he was submitted to God, 100% submitted to God. God will add, I'm not saying you're going to be the most powerful person in all the world. What? But God can do whatever he chooses to do with somebody who is completely submitted to him. Yeah. And we think the enemy is such a liar, because the enemy will tell you, oh, that's an empty life to live for God. You're going to be a loser. You're going to just have nothing. You're going to just always drive like a not great car. You're always going to have just the worst job in the world. You're always just going to have to whatever. No, it's being abandoned to God. And if God calls you to live that, you'll be full internally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But God also adds things to his people. If they will give it to him, God will add to you. If you'll be faithful and you'll be soft-hearted to the things of the Lord, he will add things to you. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
I don't
I feel like
so.
I'm just rambling, so I'm
No,
sorry.
it's a good ramble.
Good ramble.
I again felt like I had a thought and then I lost it.
Well, I had another thing that coming to church and your position on, like, this can apply to young people, young adults, all ages. But if you're coming to church and you're looking at an aesthetic, it's going to fail you. You know, if you're coming into the church and if you're not abandoned, I feel like the church is getting back to this, especially ours. I don't know, just the past 2 services, I feel like there's a purity returning to the holiness of what church is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be abandoning. There's no funny business. You know, there's no distractions. There's no, we're here to accomplish some worldly goal. We're here to be submitted to Christ.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a purity that I feel like is returning and a holiness that it's returning, because gone is the days of the aesthetic church. I think it's just garbage. You know, I don't care. I'm not like, I mean, I've seen teens, I've seen young adults go to a fancy church, and as much as the people there are probably pure-hearted and they have a relationship with God and they're serving God, I've seen teens and young adults get excited about an aesthetic, not about the Spirit.
Yep.
You know, and we're done with that. If you want God to rock your life and change your life, you come fully submitted to him and give your heart, and God will do, and he'll add things to you. Yeah.
Sorry, kind of related
You won't be
to
disappointed.
that. Related, but not related. Just speaking of that on the opposite end as well, like thinking of aesthetics. Like, I don't know what you would consider an aesthetic church, but you see all these revivals that have been happening for the last couple of years. All over the nation. And like a lot of the churches that these revivals are happening in are not your modern black and white fog machine churches.
Millennial gray.
They're your millennial gray.
Yeah.
They're not, I mean, like a little bit of modernism here and there, but like they're your old temples. They're your old mosaic window kind of churches. Or they have pews, or maybe the chairs are just a little bit ripped up, you know, like they are like loved old churches that would not fit what I believe is today's culture's like aesthetic, which if you're up to date, there's nothing wrong with that either. Like our church is actively, slowly getting up to date as far as aesthetics and, you know, outside, whatever. And that's fine. That's fine. If your heart is in the right place, which I believe that our leadership are. But that's why it's taken us so long too, is like, we're focused on the more important things. And if it comes down to modernizing a bathroom versus just making it function so that we can have like services and have people be comfortable, that's obviously what it's going to boil down to, is just making sure that things are functioning properly. Or if it's somebody's helping somebody with their bills in comparison to new carpet on the stage, we're obviously going to help people. Like that's what's more important. But I think that, circling back to my point, these revivals that are happening in these churches that you wouldn't expect it, it's not necessarily because of those churches. On the opposite end of what you were saying, it's because of the people that are coming in expectant. Regardless of who's in attendance, what songs are being sung, what's being preached. At the end of the day, the people that were there came expectant and wanted the Holy Spirit to move, and they welcomed him. He's always there. He's ready to go, but he's a gentleman. And he's not going to insert himself somewhere where he's not welcome. And frankly, there are a lot of places where he's not welcome. Even in certain churches, they don't give him room. They don't give the Holy Spirit the room. And so they obviously opened up the room in a metaphorical sense. And those people had placed themselves physically, spiritually, mentally in a place to receive. And boy, did they receive. I mean, what was that one revival that went on for like a week straight at that college campus?
Oh yeah, I forgot what it was called, but I remember.
That one was crazy. And that church was old. I mean, it was mosaic windows. It was pews. It was, I think, like ratty carpet. Like it was an old church. But these college kids just came in and said, I remember Juliana was talking about it. I know when I hear it, I'm going to remember. But they just came in and they were expectant. And
Asbury?
Yes.
I wanted to say that, but then I didn't want to because I was thinking Corey Asbury. I was like, no, I'm just thinking. But absolutely. No, and it's wild because that's I think that we're seeing that happen. And what it's moved in my heart is that I'm done trying to entertain. I want to help.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a pastor shouldn't be wanting to try to entertain you. They're trying to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I think, and I don't know, I feel led to say this. I don't know if I feel like there's teens out there, whether you're listening to it or whether you're a parent of a teen that's listening to this. I know this is radio. I still feel like, you know, I don't know. I know there's teens that do listen to this, but no matter who you are out there, if you do have a teen in Orville, at 6:30 on Wednesdays, we have Wednesday night church, and we have worship, and then we have youth group. And I know that the OMAC campus is about to do the same. They're going to have, at the time of recording this, they're going to have Wednesday night soon. If they're not already, by the time this comes out,
I think they will be by then.
Yeah, they're gonna. I think it's gonna be same time, 6:30, right? Mm-hmm. So they'll have worship. Yep. They'll probably have. I don't know what their youth group is going to look like, but if you're in the OMAC area, you know, look for Valley Christian Fellowship and OMAC and get plugged in. And I know there's obviously other youth groups in this county, but that's what we can offer, you know. And I know the same thing for Pastor Carlos is that he is there not to entertain, but to help.
Yes.
Yeah.
And genuinely the things that he's preaching are to help you. If you will be surrendered to God as a teenager and not just go after an aesthetic, go after whatever, or a supplement to your life, but the main thing, if you want to surrender everything to God, God will add unto you things. Yeah. God will transform your life. God will do things in your life. And I've said this in the past couple of youth groups. I think I've said that God's not a supplement.
Yeah.
He's not an additional thing to your life. Conferences are amazing, but I do see a lot of people come away from conferences and go, wow, yeah, that was awesome. Because it was so much fun. Like the music's loud. You know, the aesthetic is there. It's so great. And if that gets you coming back and eventually you get real, amazing. That's the reason why we do it. And we love to get out together and have connection and spend time together, you know. But I see people just get excited about the vibe and the thing that's going on there, and they don't realize that it's just all God.
Yeah.
And I think that that's sometimes what we can do with Christianity, even as a teenager. It's like, man, I went there. The music was cool. The people were cool. You know, they're smart. I like the way they talk. Yeah, I could probably go to church. I could probably do this. God doesn't want that. God wants your heart, you know, and God wants every piece, you know. And so, like, I encourage you to open your heart, whether you do go to conference or whatever. And I mean, not to discourage you from continuing to come. Please do, no matter what your intentions are. And God, hopefully, I pray that God will meet you. But I just think done are the days that we're going to things for entertainment and going to things for that. I'm always going to encourage you, give God your heart, see what he'll do. Mm-hmm. You know, he'll do amazing things. He'll transform your life, transform your family. It won't be the same.
Yeah.
I don't care where you've been. Joseph was in the pits. He was betrayed by his own family. God completely changed his life, and God completely changed the direction of his life. One minute he's a little young boy and in their land, and then he's all of a sudden the most powerful person in the world in Egypt. You just never know where God's going to take you and transform your name and what it's known for. So anyway, that's all the time that we have for today. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Loud and Clear.
Tune in to Loud and Clear every Thursday at 7 p.m. or listen online at kgtcradio.com.